Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
How about Shem Yahushua Barakatah?
How about Shem Yahushua Barakatah? We the
Sons of salvation.
Son of salvation.
All right. All right, before we get into this lesson, man, we like to give all honor, all praise, all glory to our power, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Barakatah. We give double honors to the elder apostle, teaching us his truth, his 100% truth, do well. And want to give salutations to all the Akim out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth with the Sabbath. And shalom to all those who out here listening and learning. Want to get right into it. I just wanted the brothers wanted me to open up and say my ritual, my routine. You know, because right now we're getting into the point where we're getting into the time where struggles is becoming more evident and more prevalent. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to wear down brothers. You know what I'm saying? And the brothers have to do a thing to keep away from these demons. And the thing that I do is in the morning I have a routine. From the time I walk my dog or whatever. After I finish with that, I take a shower. Then I get right into my lessons. You know, I start studying. I watch some videos. I take notes. I record these things in my Bible. And that's the point that you need to be at, whereas though these are the first things that you put in you. The first things that you got on your mind is the Lord. These scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And this is this is Isaiah 55 and 6, right? Now it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. So this is what we must do, man, because if we don't call on the Lord and we don't make it our business to sacrifice a thing to be a part of these scriptures on a daily basis, we're gonna be in trouble, man. You know, that's like Ephesians what's that, Ephesians 6? Yeah. 5 and 16. You know, put on the whole armor, man.
No, that's Ephesians 6, yeah.
Yeah, Ephesians 6 and 12, right there. Lock it.
You got that
Ephesians 6 and 12. You got that? Ephesians? Sure, bring it up.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, and verse 12. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right. So that's our distraction, because it's not a physical thing which we can avoid. See, physical things you can avoid. You can separate yourself from that. But these spiritual bonds that's coming against us is plaguing our mind, it's plaguing our hearts. It's even speaking in our voice. You know what I'm saying? I put me onto that too a while back. That these demons that's trying to move through us and talk are actually using our voice. So it sounds like you are in agreement with the things that you're thinking. But it's not. It's not you. You know what I'm saying? Romans, what's that? Romans 9, and I will do the things that I.
Romans 7.
Romans 7, right?
7, I believe that's what, 16?
7 and 16, right? So what happens is that this flesh is so weak that it can't hold itself against itself. You get where I'm coming from? It's a problem, and it's imprisoning your spirit, man. Your spirit is imprisoned inside of this raggedy, wretched body, man. But there's a war going on between the physical and the spiritual, man. And that's the thing we must maintain and keep on our uttermost thoughts, man. We have to keep that right there. And we can't allow that. We can't allow other things to get in between what we do with these scriptures, man. These scriptures is our life, man. This is for our learning, man. You know what I'm saying, man? We want what's coming to us. You know, we want what's promised to us, man. So in order to get that, you gotta continuously do the things that are righteous, man, and pleasing to the power, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You know, I'm gonna leave that right there. Yeah.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6,
right,
and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right, and who's the ruler of the darkness of this world? You know, the biblical Satan, man. The spiritual. No. That's not him. No. But read that again.
The spiritual, you spoke about the spiritual demons.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got his physical counterparts. So
which is
the Edomites.
Absolute. But
right.
what that was actually speaking on was that which is plaguing us in the mind. That's spiritual.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right, that goes back to 2 Corinthians 7:4, where it says, well, our weapons are warfare, not carnal. So right there, that lets you know that you're engaged in the spiritual warfare.
Right.
So you can't use physical weapons to fight in this war. You have to use spiritual weapons because you're in the spiritual warfare. So what are the spiritual weapons that we have? Prayer is a weapon. Fasting is a big weapon. You know, reading. These are all your spiritual tools that you have to use to combat the enemy. Right, the spiritual demons, Satan, and the demons that try to plague us on the daily. So you're engaged in spiritual warfare. You got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? This is not carnal, it's spiritual. So you got to deal. So you got to fight these demons in the spirit, man. The spirit of power, how about you trying to shot? It's not in your might. It's in the fight. How about you trying to shot?
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right, and that's speaking on the left-hand side. The spiritual demons, Satan, and the left-hand forces. And who do they get assistance from? They not assistance, Salakia. They use Esau and them sellouts amongst our people as like agents to get to do their work. Right on the left-hand side. You know what I'm trying to say? So we fight against that because, like we brought out, many. I would say moves ago, but you go to that camp previously. Right. They got their own high priest on the left hand side.
Absolutely.
And constantly sending up prayers and curses on a daily, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now they doing it. Right now they praying on our downfall. Man. Sending up prayers, lying. You know, what's that? That's
But just like it says in Isaiah 54:17.
Brother accused.
No weapon to form against it shall prosper. And every tongue that rises against him shall be condemned. Here is the heritage of the faith of the saints. So yeah, they can throw up as many prayers as they want. Also, Numbers 22:23, no divination shall work against Jacob, no curses against Israel. These are paraphrasing. So they can throw up as many curses as they like. It's of no effect, but that just lets you know how diligent they are in trying to bring us down. They're trying to destroy it. They're trying to hold us back. So we got to show that same diligence in our prayer as it says in 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Pray without ceasing. This is the time to really pray.
Yeah.
This is the real time to pray. You got more on that? Really pray now more than ever.
It says,
seek your power.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right. Spiritual wickedness in high places. I told about the demon Satan and the demons.
Them banking families, man.
Also to go to.
They the ones in them high places, man. They the ones who are kind of like overseers of this land, based on the spiritual demon Satan. You know what I'm saying? He's running stuff on this world. He runs this place, man. Right? And he's putting these people in charge.
Right. It's really ultimately It's Yahweh Shema Shah, but he gifted him management. Like Satan is like basically he given management over this thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a time and a season. That's why the scripture said what? In Revelation 12 and 12, I believe. Devil shall come down onto you with great wrath, knowing that he has a short time, right? A short time of what? Rulership. And that devil was talking about Esau, Edom, the physical counterpart.
Right.
So-called white man.
Right. The Edomites. So they know, so the elites among Edom know they have a short time to rule. So
Yeah.
they're gonna do everything in their power to, they know they're gonna fall, but it's like more of how many souls can I bring down with me? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like a tenant that's about to get kicked out of his place. What that tenant do?
Start banging up shit.
Yeah, fucked up the place, so this
Yeah.
way the person can get in it. You know what I mean?
Holes in the wall and all kind of shit.
Right. So that's why the person that rightfully owns a home now, right? They gotta make all these repairs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To fix everything that was
Yep.
broken.
Yep.
And that's what Esau trying to do. He's destroying the earth. Actually, get that in you finish with it, people? Get that in Revelation 11:18, because that's why he's destroying the whole earth. Because he knows we're next to inherit, as it's written in 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau at the end of the world, and Jacob at the beginning of it that followed. So we're next to rule this world, and the elites among these. The least among the international banking centers, they know that. So what they trying to do, they trying to destroy the earth and make it as miserable as possible. But these dummies don't understand that they just make it work more work for themselves. Because they want to clean up all this shit. You know what I'm saying? After World War III, when the war was settled and done, and Yahweh Shah as it's written, the thrones are cast down. And Yahweh Shah is well, he always been ruling, but when he come down here and set things right, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when what's my train of thought? Then after
Everything will be ushered in at that
right,
point.
ushered in, and that's when the debris gonna be cleared out. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have to clean up all that work.
Yep.
They're gonna clean up all them bodies, all the rubble, all the destruction that they've done. So yeah, they fucking up the place. They
Just
destroying.
fix it back up.
Yeah, but they don't want to have to fix it back up. Alright.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Right, so we coming in. This is why we're telling you guys not to give up. And also we're telling you to continue to endure, continue to be there because our reward is coming. Yahweh Shah will come back, you know what I'm saying, giving that crowns out to the men who stood stiffly for his name. Who didn't give up, who didn't surrender, the men and women, you know what I'm saying? That stood stiffly for his name, that didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have. Let no man take that crown. While I come roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord is coming quickly, man. He gonna come back with those crowns, man. To crown you, that great honor of crowning you as detailed in 2 Ezra, the 2nd chapter. That great honor to be crowned by Lord Yahweh Shah, man, for standing stiff for a name, and then also too to be the first to inherit eternal life, man. Be the first ones to inherit the kingdom of immortality. So this is important, man. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Don't cast away that confidence that you read in Hebrews 10:35, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay the course. Because we're almost out of this kingdom. This kingdom is swiftly falling. That means it's coming fast, man. It's coming down fast and it's coming down hard. Right? As watchmen, we pay attention to the news and current events, and we know what's going on, man. This shit is not going to last long. We know that we're at the end, and we're closer to our salvation than we will need, as it says in Romans 13:11. So all this being said, why would you give up when you this close to the finish line? Why would you surrender when you this close to actually winning and gaining it all? Because you know when Yahweh Shah come back, we're going to reign with him, as it says in 1 Peter 4:13. We're going to reign with Yahweh Shah, man. Because we suffered with him on his side. You know what I'm saying? We went through that fire, so we're going to get that reward, man. So don't cast away your confidence. Don't lose the opportunity that's been given to you. What it tell us in, matter of fact, I get this, 1 Timothy 6:12. It says, fight the good fight of faith. Right? Because this is a fight, man. This is spiritual warfare. You're in a battle. And yeah, you might get knocked down. You can't stay down.
Yep.
How long you gonna stay down and cry and play victim and complain? Yeah, we know it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you cry when you know what I mean? When your brother's not around by yourself. You got the moments when you're crying to yourself, but you're like, damn, this shit is hard.
Shit
you know?
get heavy, man.
Yeah.
You're still human.
Right, but even still, you know what I'm saying? You gotta. That's why the shit said, Psalms 55 and 20 and 22. Cast like birds upon their wings, man.
Right.
You know
And that's a true thing. And that's a true thing because those burdens we aren't supposed to hold to ourselves, man. We supposed to turn that loose, man. Get out to the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? And within at the same time, it's going to be it's a faith builder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you getting double for giving up those things that plague you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You getting your blessings, and you seeing the power, man. You seeing the Lord's power, man, because He's taking that burden or that issue or that pressure from you, and you're able to be relieved and do the work undisturbed. You know what I'm saying? All right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Right, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Because what is the spiritual demon Satan trying to do? He's trying to take your crown and he's trying to steal your faith. They let you know that in Luke the 22nd chapter, and that's the 42nd verse. When Lord Yahweh Shai revealed that, the spiritual demon Satan was trying to take feet of faith.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And the Lord Yahweh Shai had to intersect and pray on Peter's behalf that his faith stay, intact. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord's doing. He intercesses for us. He's the mediator between us and Yahweh. So he's praying on our behalf for our benefit, man. He's doing the same thing for us. He acting that our faith don't fail, man. Because yes, like the brother said, things get heavy too. And also you got that spiritual demon saying his attacks is for that purpose. Yep. He wants you to quit. He wants you to give up. He wants you to stop believing in the Lord, man. Stop believing in those names. Yep. That's the reason why he's attacking. He's going hard on you like that. You know what I'm saying? That's only to get you to give up and quit, man.
Ultimately, yep.
Yeah, but you can't, man.
No.
Because Yahweh Shai, and I let you know when we go back to give me that in Luke 22 real quick. Luke 22 and 32.
22 and 32.
The Lord is praying for our behalf. He's praying that our faith don't fail. Matter of fact, no, give me John 17 chapter. Yeah, that's good. No, that's good. Nah, the scriptures keep popping up now. You know how.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22, and verse 32. This is the book of Luke, chapter 22, and verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Verse 32, but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not.
Right,
And
so it said right there in verse 31, it says, Simon, Satan desired to sift you as wheat. And so in order for you to understand what the Lord is saying, you have to understand how wheat is sifted. You know what I'm saying?
Separate the chaff from the seed in the wheat. So,
right. So why did the Lord say that Satan desired to sift you as wheat? Because he's trying to separate you from your power.
Exactly.
He's trying to separate you from your faith.
Yep.
Ultimately, he's trying to steal your faith. Man. He want to take that faith out of you.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? The same way how you, like the brother said, you sift the chaff from the wheat, man. He's trying to
The
take
seed
away you
too.
from that faith.
Separate all of those.
Right. Because ultimately what you want when you get sacrifice, you want the seed, you want
Yeah.
the wheat.
Yep.
So
You
that's
want the
what-
wheat and the seed.
Right. So that's what ultimately Satan wants. He wants your faith, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that's coming at you, right? The reason why the demons are going hard on you is because they're trying to take that away from you. They're trying to take you your faith. And also to the physical counterpart, Satan too.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture said, Daniel 7:25, I quote this a lot. Roughly paraphrasing.
That's why he
Daniel 7,
offer this dead music. Everybody pop. That's why he offer us this dead music. Because he know the youth is going to buy into it and want to be a part of it.
right, but they feeble-minded.
Right.
They're simple.
And that's another form of sifting and taking away people from their faith or keeping them
Away from their
away
power.
from hearing. You know
Right,
what I'm
cut them
saying?
off from being a nation.
Exactly.
Keeping them lies
Yep.
and also keeping the bullshit out here.
Yeah.
Also nigga culture too. That
That-
black culture.
that
That's
part.
that's witchcraft when you really think about it.
Damn right. Anytime you go
Talking about followers, man.
anytime you disobey the Lord, that's witchcraft.
Right, and that's not
You know
good
what I'm saying?
witchcraft, because that's all rebellion.
Right.
It's rebellion against your power, man.
That's right.
And it's nothing but death culture because it promotes death and destruction
Yep.
of your own people and yourself.
That's all they talk about. Spinning the block, all of this,
Stupid shit.
doing this, doing that, jumping off of this and jumping on that. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, black culture not much death culture. That's why it's black, void of light.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Evil, negative. You know what I mean? But it's death culture. It's promotes death culture. You know what I'm saying? We got the sellouts of our people that, you know, we saw bribes them. That's why it says in Ecclesiastes 6:7 that, you know, a gift is short the heart because,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right. You take a man away from his ability to work and earn. See, that's the key about surviving, man. You have to work and earn. To earn a living is a righteous living, man.
Right. First, Thessalonians 3:10, a man that doesn't work should not eat.
Can't eat.
Roughly paraphrasing.
Can't eat.
But it also too with the sellouts, it's more of like they work up to that point and they still working because Esau got them in like perpetual
Right, because
slavery, you know what I'm
he
saying?
got them sacrificing people, their loved ones, for the greater good. I mean, you're not the greater good, but you know, these couple coins that they offering you.
Right.
And right, the music is crazy because there's no where's this shit being sold? It's not being sold no more. It's just streams. So where's the money? How do you get paid? You know where I'm coming from?
Straight.
Nobody is buying nothing.
Right. Straight and abuse.
Right. So where the fuck is the money coming from? And how you getting paid? And they got
ultimately,
these fucking
The 360 deals.
Yeah.
Like you was mentioning, just about to mention, the 360 deals, ultimately, that designed to keep you as a debt slave. Because
Exactly.
now, everything that you earn
you gotta pay it
using
back.
your name,
Yep.
you know, because ultimately your property. So like
Yeah.
a slave, everything that slave owns is basically lent, is basically the master because he's a slave and he doesn't have rights to what he owns. So ultimately you become them niggas, them sellout niggas that get into that Hollywood industry, they nothing but debt slaves because
Yep.
now they sign a contract where basically they have to pay back all of the startup money that
they got,
that
right.
the Amalekites use, you know, the executive companies use, the music companies, in order to build their reputation up, to build their name up,
Yep.
to get them on the streaming platforms and get them on the podcasts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They use their resources to do that. So
Yep.
now you gotta pay them back with interest. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? And everything that you earn is going to them. They only give you the crumbs of what you earn. So just to give you an example, if you sold, right? If a copy of a song, right, is $1, right? One song is your album is $1. Like you sold 1 million albums, you just made $1 million. 700, no, I would say I'm gonna go higher than that. 900,000, no, 750,000 goes in their pocket.
Yeah.
In their pocket.
And you get the chump change.
And you only get 250,000. And then that 250,000 is gonna be cut from taxes.
Yep.
So now you're gonna drop it down to the 250,000 they gave you to it's now 175,000.
I was about to say 75, because they get rock your ass. You gotta pay the producer for the beat, you gotta pay
No, that's
the
that's
writers.
That's what the
That's the
750,000.
7,
Right. They take all of that from that.
Yeah.
They take all that from that. That's the little 250 is like what they give you after.
Kinda like what you earn.
It's the crumbs.
Right.
Like after they get their money, this is your
Right,
little
because
cut, you know what I mean?
you
The
took
crumbs.
you took that advance, and when you take that advance, and you ain't do. See, the thing is, if you was like self-sufficient, made your own beats, had your own studio, and all of these type of things, then a lot of that money you'll be able to keep for yourself because you pretty much doing everything.
You don't
You
owe
doing all the
nobody.
work, right?
Nobody owns you.
So
They
the-
don't own your rights to your
Exactly.
music or your masters.
So when they give you them CDs for you to pay the studio or pay the producer, you pretty much paying yourself.
Right. You know
Taking that money and putting
and
it
you
in
got
your
some,
bank account.
Right, and some artists do that. Some artists they go underground.
Yeah.
They work, they work on their music and they tour. But that's what a real.
There was
at.
one kid, I forgot his name, man. But it almost got me to believe it was that dude Tory Lane, I'm thinking, that did something in that same manner. And what happened, he had bought a studio, he had a studio, and they used to give him money to go to the studio, and he was taking that bread and putting it in his account. You know what I'm saying? Because now, when it come down for them to be like, okay, you gotta pay these people back, you paying yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because you the studio. But he never told them that he had the studio. He kept that shit, a secret. And his mom's had her name on the joint, so they was writing checks to her, and she was giving it to the boy, putting it in his, like they didn't have the same name type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't no connection. It just seemed like it was somebody, let's say R&R Studio. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they was doing. They was paying R&R Studio for this, for all the work he was doing. So he pretty much quit the game before he even really got started.
Right.
Because he made his money. He was like, F this, I don't need this shit. You know what I'm saying? I got my money and made him $1 million and some change just off of that first situation. I was like, wow. That was smart. But
Also too, I think what I forgot. I don't know if he was a soccer player, but sometimes you have players. They'll put they'll put all they own, their property, in their mother's name or their father's name. So this way, when the wife, the gold digger,
right.
she try to divorce or get half his shit, she can't because
She
they
can't.
don't own,
Right.
don't own that location.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
The mother.
I seen that
father
dude. I seen that. That was
Right.
and she tried to sue him, right? And he wound up.
No, I'm just speaking in general. I don't mean like.
Oh no, that was a specific story. That's crazy how you spoke on that. And then what happened was she wound up owing him $500,000 or some shit like that. Yeah.
Want to get with these athletes and celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they hear when you talk about freedom. Like, how you talking about freedom? You don't trust me. You don't love me.
Hell no. Why would I trust you? The only reason why you in my face is because of the money.
Exactly.
Because what I do. Because shit, if I was just a regular old dude working a fucking construction job, you wouldn't even look at me. You know what I'm saying?
Gone. Damn.
You want to bring out the Revelation 12 and 10?
Good bringing it up. This is real quick. Matthew. Matter of fact, I gotta go to Isaiah 28 and 18. And we talk about that contract being disannulled.
Right. Oh, no, that's perfect. That's perfect.
So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled. So what's the covenant? Covenant means an agreement, a contract.
Yep.
And this is speaking on the Hollywood industry. You could apply this to the Hollywood industry because they make contracts, they make agreements with these fucking
Sign them shits and
with
blood.
Amalek. And that's when we're speaking with death, it's talking about Amalek. Because what? Hell and death do follow him. You see perfect? You
Right.
look that up? Hell and death do follow him. No, follow her, but it says he's at death and hell. So that death is speaking about Esau and Edom, man. And this is what goes into the Proverbs where it says, don't fear they shall both. Because you got our people that are going to sell out and join up with Esau and Edom, join up with Amalek. You know what I'm saying? And they do that for a false sense of security. They do that for a chance to get people, or a chance to get a better lifestyle, or to try ultimately to try to escape the curses, but they can't. Them curses will creep onto us. Or also, that's what they try to do. They try to use these so to escape the curses. Deals, and they give these fucked up contracts because, you know what I'm saying, they simple and naive, and it's that temptation that wants to keep them on because they love money. So when they tempted with a contract that's giving them $100 million up front, and you've been broke your whole life, you're gonna be tempted. You're gonna be overwhelmingly tempted to take to sign that damn piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? But then also, you signed it in the moment, but then you regret the stipulation that come with the contract because now you sold your soul. Now you have to do these demeaning things, like the brother getting into, human sacrifice, and all type of witchcraft in order to keep your wealth, right? In order to keep what you have.
Right.
You know?
You gotta keep on doing enough. You gotta keep what it is, it's like telling a lie. When you tell a lie, to secure this lie, you gotta keep on telling more lies and more lies and more lies and more lies. So what's happening is you just catching more secrets. You building up more secrets on yourself.
Right, because what are they doing? They're following the left hand side. Right,
And
you
they
got the
put you
right hand
right.
priesthood, and then you got the left hand priesthood. And all that's what the Hollywood industry is a left hand priesthood. They worship
Exactly.
Satan.
And they putting you in a bad bind, so therefore when they finish with your ass, they could put you in some kind of jail situation because all the pedo acts you done committed.
But that's like a hazing process. See, they use that as a, what you're saying is true, but they use that as a I just want to say they use that as a disciplinary action.
Right.
Like, let's say,
It's a box that they put you in.
like you get out of line,
Right.
you start to
Split the Puff Daddy.
you go off the
Perfect
agenda.
example.
Right.
Perfect example. He's getting ready to get slapped upside his head for wanting to get involved in the killer industry. He wanted to buy into, and they was like, dude, this is not your business. This ain't your lane. You gotta stay over there. When we put, and he like, fuck you talking about? Crazy? I got money. And my money say I could buy into one of these situations. And that's what he was doing.
Right.
And they slammed his ass with all of these scandals. Not saying he didn't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's that man's business. And he definitely involved, heavy.
But that nigga Diddy's a wicked nigga.
Yeah, he heavy involved in that shit. For you to be able to be on top like that for that long, shit.
Yeah, you had to do a lot of wickedness, a lot of dirt. He sacrificed a lot of people. But, I speak as a man. I think that whole trial, the Diddy trial, was just a humiliation ritual. It was just like, as it's written in the scriptures, before honor comes humility. So in order
I'm
for
on his ass there.
so what they do on the left hand side, they got something called the humiliation ritual. So where
Right.
basically
That's that shit
before
with,
you
Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yeah, right. Before you elevate in your career, before you see new income, right, a new zero on your bank account, you gotta get humiliated. You gotta be publicly embarrassed. You gotta be publicly shamed. So this whole Diddy trial was nothing but public shaming in order for him to elevate and grow behind the scenes. Because remember, spiritual wickedness in high places. So in order for you to elevate and evolve in this wicked ass evil world, you have to be wicked. So the wickeder you are, the higher you go in this world.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what happened with Chris. When he got slapped, that was humiliation, man. And
Yeah,
right
that was
after,
the ritual.
he
Because when you
he
go
went
back
on
into the
tour.
clip, the shit was scripted.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fake slap. It was
yeah.
acting. It wasn't
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
But again, he had
Like, my wife, man, no joke. Come on. Like, who gonna say that, man? The man called the ball head ass G.I. Jane. And you got pissed off because you called your wife G.I. Jane? That was a humiliation joint on both sides. He was humiliating Jada.
Right.
And then he went up there and slapped him and made him.
And also, Esau used that as a form of distraction because he don't want people to before he make moves, he puts up major distractions so people don't see him moving.
Right.
So they don't really see what he about to do. So they're like, oh, well, y'all all focus over here, I'm moving over there. You know? That's really what it is, man. This is a humiliation ritual before you move up in the Hollywood industry, and even in this booking world, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But going back to Isaiah 28 and 18, it says, and your covenant with death will be disannulled, meaning the contract will be void, bro.
Right.
It's not going to stand. And your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Because that lets you know, see, the Lord is sharing with us the thoughts, the intentions of these dumbass sellout celebrities. Because they sign these contracts, right, looking for fame, seeking for comforts, ultimately pleasures and comforts of this world. Because they love the world and want things in it.
Right.
But also, too, a lot of
They
them
trying to avoid
eternity. Right. Like I was saying earlier. And a lot of them, too, they're trying to, because, you know, when the curtain speaks about poverty, it speaks about being in a low state, ultimately. Right? And what these people try to do is they think that they're going to be safe. You know what I'm saying? That Esau is going to provide that comfortable living and lifestyle for them. And they think they're going to be able to escape the curse. They think they're going to be able to be safe with Esau. So when the judgment of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, comes down, that Esau is going to protect them.
Right.
But that's not the case, man. When judgment comes for them, they're not going to be protected, man. They're gonna get judged.
Right.
Esau's not your couple.
He gonna run back. He gonna get away from him. He gonna give you up. You know what I'm saying?
It's more of like they can't do nothing about it because Esau's not a hedge of protection.
No,
they made Esau the hedge of protection, thinking, Esau gonna protect me from the judgment of the Lord, because they know the wickedness that they're doing. But they have some witchcraft and they are workers of Satan. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're getting involved in. So they really believe a lot that Satan told them. They think that by continuing that work that he's going to protect them.
Right.
He's not. That's why when the scripture says, in verse 18, it says again, when the overflowing storage shall pass through. So when the Lord decides to judge you niggas, man, you niggas ain't going to escape the judgment. Satan is not going to protect you, bro. Ultimately, he going to open the door. He's like, oh, here they go right here. He's going to give y'all. They're saying can't stop the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah. He's nothing but the worker of the Lord on the left hand side. And he played them because he got them deceived thinking that by doing the devil's work, they're gonna be protected from the Lord's wrath. And that's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is why the scripture said on Isaiah 66:4, I would choose for them their strong delusion. And that's delusional to think that Satan can protect you from the wrath of the Lord. Like that reminded me of that dude, what's his name? That was with Eddie Murphy. They were driving a car. It was Eddie Murphy was speaking to somebody that he was back in the day.
Right.
And it was a Jake that said that he was friends with Alistair Crowley, the founder of the Satan Church, the Church of Satan. And it was a Jake that said, he said that something along the lines of Satan is more powerful than the devil, than God, some shit like that. I'm like, yo, that dude was a Satanist though, you know what I mean? Like, but the point being that, you know, he said all this. He said all of that, you know, because he believed that strong delusion, man. And he gonna suffer for it in the end. You gotta put that.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And the power.
So it says, here comes salvation. So Yahweh Shai is coming back, and strength and power. From what?
It says,
right, now come our salvation. So Yahweh Shai is coming back, man. That's why he said, when I come, you know, as the day of the Lord shall be as deep in the night. Because we are not expecting his return. But we have the hope to elect. We're expecting Yahweh shall return. And he is coming back. That's why the time is being sweet for the elect's sake, man. The day shall be shorn for the elect's sake. If they don't be shorn, then no flesh shall be saved. See? So the Lord is coming back. That's why time is speeding up. That's one of the signs that Yahweh shall is coming back. The time is speeding up. Right? And it says here, it's straight. Kingdom of the right? Because right, salvation, said that the kingdom of heaven started with this knowledge of truth. That's why the scripture said the keys of the kingdom are inside of people. You got it through this knowledge of truth. Right? But the kingdom of heaven, the physical kingdom, right, the Lord we established, really starts with the chariots. That physical part of the kingdom. Because once the elect get beamed up, right, once the chariots beam up the elect and they get them through bodies, man, that's when the physical part of the kingdom starts. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, technically, we're already in the kingdom of heaven by having this truth and this knowledge. And then we hold on to it, we'll be able to enter that place of rest that's been talked about in the scripture. Right, which is the kingdom, which is that physical part of the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to enjoy the kingdom. When we speak about the kingdom of heaven, you got to understand, we're not talking about a place in the heavens, right? We're talking about paradise. We're talking about a government that's going to rule over the planet Earth. And it's going to be in Israel, you know what I'm saying? Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be ruled by Lord Yahweh Shah, King David under him, and then, 12 and 144,000 in that order. But it's a governing body that's going to be on the earth. So when we speak about the kingdom of heaven, we talk about a government that's going to be on the earth, that's going to rule over the planet Earth. And it's going to be our government. So the Israelites are going to rule the planet Earth, and they're going to rule forever, man. Esau, Edom is going to be the last heathen to rule over the earth, man. After Esau, Edom, ain't going to be no more heathens ruling over the earth. There's going to be no more non-Israelites ruling over the earth, man. We're going to rule over the earth, and we're going to rule over it forever.
That's it.
But speaking on the kingdom, man, it started with this truth, and then it's going to